That's another one of the things that people don't really quite comprehend. Maybe they do, but they don't really. I mean, I think they kind of do now, but like I say, coming from year zero or first recorded record, um, I had a different task than most people. I mean, today you wanna run a company. Maybe you buy it, or and then you need to have clothes, so you go to to a company and be like, I need a standard suit with my name tags on it. You know, where I come from, there, you know, if you want to run a company, it's like what there are no shoes to buy. You have to go out there and you have to research. Leather wrap, okay, now what? Okay, maybe a couple layers on that leather wrap for the shoes. And then what kind of buttons are they going to wear? You use wood. Wood falls apart with rain. Okay, maybe some seashells. I mean, I come from the time when you don't just go to the store and buy things. You want a company? You got to make it. You gotta literally be able to make the clothes that your employees are going to wear. I mean, literally invent it. Are you going to wear a burlap sack over your shoulders? You know, what I faced, what my people did back in the 1800s and 1700s, before democracy, before communism. Where I started from. You know, it was a time of okay, so what are you gonna wear? And then I was that guy who was always trying to give my people the better deal, the better cloth, the better cloth, the more lasting buttons. Um, we worked through it. So that's kind of why I mean, it's one of those things that like Trump and Bill Gates and all these people that are in society in the world today. Even Kennedy. Kennedy didn't have to literally go out and buy or invent or create. He didn't have to build the factory that made his clothes. He didn't have to go out there and hire hunters to go kill the leather that makes up his chair. He didn't have to have the farm that stuffed the pillows in his bed. I mean, when I started, people were literally sleeping on hay, and that was more comfortable than dirt. And I was a great boss because I provided my people with hay beds. So, and then later on, other things. And then we tried some other things like some stretching some fabric after we had fabric. I mean, I come from a different time. I come from a time of you want fertilizer in the ground? Okay, how are you going to fertilize that? Where are you going to get that fertilizer? Oh, you want to add some guano? Well, where are you going to find some guano? And guano was only really discovered because I had people searching for things. I had people mapping the world, and they happened upon something that or whatever. I forget. I mean, I had been working on it. Actually, me and guano go way back, but and fertilizer too. But so I kind of already had that. So, but the whole point though is that I come from a time of bare feet. I mean, putting fire inside of trees and seeing how long it burns, and trying to keep it from going out and stuff. Although that was more of a wood test, the old days to find out how hard a wood was basically burn it. How long does it take to burn? How hot does it get? That was another one of my tests from way back when. So, I mean, people, I mean, you can go and you can spend money that you earned, or maybe your parents gave you, buy a car. Where I come from, you want a car? You got to build it. Oh, wait, you can't even build it. You got to go mine the metal for it. Well, guess you're going to have to go buy a mine. I come from that kind of a time when what's coal? You don't know, coal doesn't exist anymore. You've never heard of coal. What are you going to do? I happened to be digging down and we found coal. Ooh, what's this stuff? You know, that kind of thing. Because I was curious about what was inside the earth. You know, so we found coal. I was curious about a lot of things, and that's kind of the why we found so many things and why I did so well. I mean, I don't think that me existing this long really had anything to do with being immortal or whatever. It just happened to be that, you know, I was curious about things and I wanted to find out. And in finding out, we discovered things. Kind of one of those things. Anyway, and it changed everyone's life. In fact, like I said, the early things that changed everyone's life were my things. Those were my inventions. Those were my ideas that changed everyone's life. And that's probably why I lasted so long and lived so long, is because I changed the world so much. So, you know, I mean, I like the videos and stuff, but I mean, like the first stretching racks, people used to call them, they used to torture people on the stretching racks. It's like, no, they were pulling ropes apart to see how strong a rope was, or to see how strong a chain was. You know, the only way to find out how strong something is by pulling it apart. I don't pull apart my own employees, though. You know, so we were pulling ropes apart, we were pulling cloth apart, we were pulling everything apart to see when it broke, how it broke, you know, and see if we can make it stronger. And in doing that, that made people think about how to make things stronger, and things started becoming stronger. Once people got the hang of it, you know, it's like a standard operating procedure, something that that is done everywhere, every day. I mean, to find out how good this e-cigarette is, you dunk it in water, you crush it, you stretch it, you do all these things to figure out how good it is. Throw it against the wall a couple times. Does it still work? You know, and then what broke? Oh, okay, fix that. You know, and that's kind of how I created, how I went about my things, and people just kind of started doing it on their own. You know, and that's kind of like what happened. But to get to that point, I had to had to do those things. And that's probably why it's kind of relative and why it's so strange, is because, you know, I was that person. And then I carried that through with always treating my people better. So anyway, it's kind of funny because it's cute. I love the videos, but anyway, though, people don't, maybe they do understand. I mean, but, I mean, they don't really understand, though. I mean, you can kind of understand, but you can't really understand. Not unless you lived it, I guess.